cash it in, beat him 1, 2, 3. Let him be let it be the quickest guy to lose the briefcase. Like literally, pin him 1, 2, 3, get him out of there. Let's move on.
See, the argument, the age-old argument is, does wins, losses matter? I tend to say yes, but I tend to say more of not necessarily does wins and losses matter. It's more, does wins and losses count?
Yeah.
And I think that's a big difference.
And how they win or lose.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. How do they count?
Absolutely.
Am I losing for a reason? Am I losing to make me, for instance, when Austin, would have his moments where he would go down. He lost to, Kane, you know what I mean? The first blood match, for instance, right? He came back the next night and won the title again. So, that meant something. It was still a moment where Austin was playing from behind, was still telling a comeback story there. And it meant something.
Because here's an error they make too, Chris, and you just pointed it out beautifully. They make this error again over and over and over and over again. Now, when a champion loses the belt, it's on to the next thing.
Exactly.
Back then, when they lost the belt, bro, they were obsessed with getting it back. It was like they can't sleep at night until they get that. They never lost focus. Here, it's like, okay, who's my next opponent? Seth Rollins. Bro, that's huge, Chris. That is huge. Chris and I pointed it out. They still make the mistake to this day with Andrade not jumping over the table, wanting to kill Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal because it's the same thing. It's the same, bro. Think about it. Again, I don't want to harp on this, but you bloody my father-in-law. I'm not sleeping at night. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking about the things that are going through my mind and what I'm going to do. And when you first see that person, boom, that's how Austin was booked, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they don't do that anymore. From now, bro, if they lose a title, it's no big deal.
No, it's not. And then you go back. It's like you have like there was a game back in the day when we used to play. It was like you would have like a mallet, and there would be like heads that would just pop up.
Oh yeah, the gopher game.
So you would have your mallet, and all of a sudden it would be something to pop up, and you just hit it right back down. That's how the booking in WWE feels. It's like, here's a head come up, it go back down. Oh, here comes a head back up. That's how it feels.
And Chris, that's where they make a huge issue, a huge mistake, bro. Huge mistake with not tying money into being the champion.
Right.
So in other words, like that's another reason. If I lose this belt, my income, my yearly income is cut in half.
Yep.
I mean, but bro, it's little things like that they could do that would make all the difference in the world. Bro, you know how it is when it affects your pocketbook. But it seems like if you lose the belt, oh well, I'm happy that I got to be champion. Who's next?
And even if you think about it from an MMA or a boxing standpoint, right?
Absolutely,
the purse goes to the one who's the most popular with the most wins. He gets the biggest share of the purse.
I don't know why it's so hard for them to tie business and money into who is the. I don't know why that is so difficult for them, bro.
Yeah. Speaking of champion, let's land the plane on this. Nice. This guy. Legitimate world champion here.
Thank you very much.
So the last element in this equation here is Theory, of course.
Cash it in, beat him, get him out of there.
That's all we have, right?
Get him out of there. Cash it in, beat him 1, 2, 3. Let him be let it be the quickest guy to lose the briefcase. Like literally, pin him 1, 2, 3, get him out of there. Let's move on. Yeah. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good night, everybody. Yes, cash it in. Yes.
Who does he cash it in on? Reigns?
Yes.
Does this so Reigns is the biggest heel in WWE. Miz is,
bro, here's the only way that will work.
How would it work?
I'll tell you how this whole thing works. I think I did this with Sid and Goldberg. Whereas Sid took a beating and he was bloody
yeah,
beaten and wasn't giving up. Finally, he got choked out. He was unconscious. If McIntyre gets beat that way, that's fine. Where he's not, and he's fighting from underneath. The only way this works, but I'm telling you, it wouldn't work because Theory's not over. The only way this works is, I know a couple of times we've seen Theory and Paulie together. The only way this works is if Theory goes to cash it in, and the only reason he's cashing it in is because he knows Heyman's going to screw Reigns. That's the only way. But, bro, I'm just telling you, and again, nothing against Austin Theory, but, bro, you put the belt on Austin Theory, nobody's watching this show. Nobody.
And that's the thing, man. You know, it's like even in the scenario that you just brought up, as far as, you know, Theory cashing on Reigns because Heyman turns on Reigns. Even if Reigns does a babyface turn and is chasing the championship, he still looks so much more bigger. Like he's swallowing Theory in popularity. Yes. And he makes him look so much littler, and Theory's the champion. I just don't see Theory. Like, think about this, Vince. He won the briefcase in July. All right. So theoretically, between this past July of 2022 and July of 2023, Austin Theory is going to be world champ because he has only a year to cash it. So between this summer and next summer, Theory is going to be the top guy. Even a year from now, Chris, I just don't see it.
Here's the bottom line. Nothing against Theory. Here's the bottom line. When you've got bigger guys, when you've got your Reigns, your Lashleys, and your McIntyres, and your bigger guys, okay, and your Theory size guys, bro, unless you're a Savage, unless you're a Piper, unless you're a Hennig, unless you have that type of charisma, character, personality, and bro, with all due respect, Austin Theory does not have that. And why is that, bro? Because a 76-year-old man was crapping on him, and he was sitting in the office across from him acting like a wimp. Put again, all those names I just mentioned, put them in that position.
Right.
Put Savage in there with Vince. Put Piper in there. What would the outcome have been?
Right.
That's all in the booking, bro.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And I've said this many times that Theory, you know, I followed him when he was in Evolved. Really, really good character, really good promo, really smug, arrogant, young stud heel that he was. But now he's just in a sea of bigger guys, you know what I mean? And so he doesn't stand out more. So he's going to have to take that extra mile to stand out on at least the same level. And if you're a champion, even greater than a Lashley, greater than a McIntyre, greater than a Reigns. And it shouldn't be like Reigns is here and Theory should be champ because he's here now. Like, you need to go the extra mile to have a character strong enough to Reigns to dethrone him and become champion. So I don't see it. I mean, I think he has the potential. I've said this many times, but the way that they're booking him, he doesn't feel anywhere close.
Yep, I agree,
to Roman Reigns. And
I agree with you. Yep.
We shall see come a Clash at the Castle. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here is the former WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Vinny Russo. And I am the doctor. I am the doctor with the guns to pay the funds, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Chris Featherstone here. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Running with Russo. Solo!